It was a bitterly cold Christmas Eve, with a blanket of snow covering the town like a ghostly shroud. The streets were deserted, and the only sound that could be heard was the distant howling of the wind. The small town, nestled in the heart of the mountains, seemed to be holding its breath as the night unfolded. In a quaint, century-old house at the edge of town, the McAllister family was preparing for a traditional Christmas celebration. The aroma of freshly baked cookies wafted through the air as Sarah McAllister, a loving mother of two, bustled about the kitchen. Her husband, John, was busy decorating the Christmas tree with their children, Emily and Thomas. As the clock struck midnight, signaling the arrival of Christmas Day, a strange chill filled the house. The atmosphere shifted, and the once warm and inviting home began to feel eerie and unsettling. Sarah dismissed the unease as a figment of her imagination, chalking it up to the spooky tales she had heard as a child. The family gathered in the living room to exchange gifts, their laughter and joy echoing through the halls. However, as the fire crackled in the hearth, strange shadows danced across the walls, casting an ominous ambience. Unbeknownst to the McAllisters, a presence lingered in the corners of the room, a silent observer of their festivities. As the night wore on, the temperature in the house plummeted, and the laughter gradually faded into uneasy silence. The family felt the inexplicable sensation of being watched, as if invisible eyes were fixed upon them. Emily and Thomas, usually full of excitement, whispered to each other about the strange occurrences. John, attempting to shake off the unsettling feeling, suggested they read a classic Christmas ghost story to lighten the mood. As he opened a dusty old book from the shelf, the room seemed to grow colder. The flames in the fireplace flickered wildly, casting eerie shadows that seemed to contort into sinister shapes on the walls. Just as John began reading, a sudden gust of wind extinguished all the candles in the room. The darkness enveloped them, leaving the family paralyzed with fear. Whispers echoed through the air, indistinct and ghostly, sending shivers down their spines. Emily clutched her brother's hand tightly, and Sarah nervously scanned the room for any sign of what was causing the unsettling events. A faint sound echoed from the depths of the house, a haunting melody that seemed to emanate from an old music box. The family, guided by an unseen force, followed the ethereal tune to the attic. As they ascended the creaky staircase, the air grew colder, and the music box melody became more hauntingly beautiful. In the attic, surrounded by forgotten relics of the past, they discovered an antique music box covered in a thick layer of dust. The melody continued to play, captivating them with its melancholic notes. Suddenly, the temperature dropped further, and the room was filled with the sound of disembodied laughter. The apparition of a woman materialized before them, her spectral figure draped in a tattered, Victorian-era gown. Her eyes, filled with sorrow, bore into the McAllisters. The ghostly woman pointed to the music box, her voice echoing through the silence, recounting a tragic tale of lost love and betrayal. As the ghostly figure faded away, the music box ceased its haunting melody. The family, now shaken and pale, descended from the attic, the oppressive atmosphere lifting with each step. The house returned to its warm and inviting state, as if the supernatural presence had never existed. The McAllisters spent the remainder of the night huddled together, questioning the reality of what had transpired. As dawn approached, the first rays of sunlight bathed the town in a soft glow, dispelling the darkness that had gripped the McAllister home. Christmas Day arrived, bringing with it a mix of relief and lingering unease. The family chose to keep the haunting experience to themselves, unsure if anyone would believe their chilling tale. From that Christmas Eve forward, the McAllister house bore the weight of its haunted past, a story whispered among the town's residents, adding a touch of the supernatural to the snowy landscape every holiday season.